Pokopia, a game that has taken the internet by storm, a game that has captured the heart of Pokemon fans and cozy gamers alike, a game that I can't afford. Unfortunately, like many others, I do not have the $600 plus to drop on a Switch 2 and a cozy, adorable game that looks so fun. The FOMO is real, but I will stay strong because I will get that camera I've been saving up for. I will not spend that money on a Switch 2. I will not, guys. I will not. Honestly, I've tried curbing my hunger watching other people play it, but predictably, that's not really working. So in an attempt to try to feed the beast, we're gonna do some art for Pokemon. We're gonna make some Pokemon art. On that note, hello friends, families, strangers on the internet. Let's draw. So I've been kind of in a t-shirt design phase lately. So the inspiration of this drawing is pretty simple, or as simple as any art can be. I saw a quote on Pinterest and was like, ooh, evolution lines, because change. Because like change as they evolve, like, yeah. And that's kind of where it came from. Shout out to Kira Cian.design. If I hadn't seen her work on Pinterest, this piece of work would not exist. This video would not exist. So go check her out. Her art featured birds, and I saw the bird and I was like, bird. I want to draw a bird, so we're gonna draw a bird. And I've also been really taken with photography lately. Find the joy in sitting still for hours waiting for a bird to do something cool, which honestly with my ADHD, it's kind of wild and also kind of healing, like meditation, which probably is where the I want to draw a bird part of my brain is on. I also wanted this to kind of fit with the t-shirts I've been designing recently, which kind of have a old illustration whimsy vibe that I've been having a lot of fun with. And if you're curious about that, you can check out my Etsy or my Instagram. I have pictures of both on both. And if you wanted to support me, obviously go to my Etsy. Anyways, with all of that in mind, this inspiration board was born. This features art from Bald Peaches, a crazy talented tattoo artist, and Clara, and sorry if I mispronounced this, Scintilla, who I now follow because, wow, look at this amazing art. I'm absolutely obsessed. And then Dara, okay, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at pronouncing things. Dara Uger, who is also a very talented photographer. You should check him out. And if there's any other art on here that I obviously have not mentioned the artist, it was because I could not find them. So if you know the artist, please comment down below, because I would love to give credit in the description for them. I really like the illustration style from these artists, and I wanted to kind of take the Pokemon inspiration and go back to kind of the animals that they were based on and really like make the drawings kind of as realistic as some of these illustrations are and just kind of play around with that. I would have done like a real breakdown study of the style, but I was kind of working in a stream of hyperfixation, so just kind of rode that current to the end product, which is kind of the vibe of my art nowadays. I don't subscribe to an art style like a lot of artists. I kind of just like, ooh, that's pretty, that's shiny, I'm gonna go with that. I like the way that looks, so I'm gonna try to do a piece that looks like that, which is really kind of why I went with the graphic design career route, because I really like just doing everything, and I've kind of developed a collection of styles and art mediums and stuff, so just kind of leaning into that with my life. And I'm sure by now you've guessed that we're doing Pidgey's evolution line. I've been slowly playing through LeafGreen, and I've got a big soft spot for the early gen Pokemon, so that's how we landed here. And once I had all of this concept stuff over, I kind of just dove straight into it. I really like to just show as much as my progress as possible when making content around my art, because I've learned and grown as an artist by watching these types of videos, so I just wanted to give the next me, the next artist that is growing and watching all these YouTube videos, kind of the same stuff, kind of like the circle of art life, artists' lives. You know, we all kind of just build off of each other and study each other and work upon each other's work, which is why art is such a fun medium. But enough of that, let's talk about Pokemon. You know, the big obsession of this week, I guess. Pokopia has really started that, getting that ball rolling for a lot of people. But like a month ago, I was like, I want to play Pokemon. Don't know where it came from, but like many things, it just happened. And I started, well, not started, I kind of finished my playthrough of Sword and Shield that I had started like years ago. Probably like a year after the game came out, I started playing it because it took me a while. I didn't really have a Switch 2 right away. Or not a Switch 2, a Switch 1. What am I saying? I didn't have a Switch 1 right away. I didn't really have access to a Switch until I started dating my now fiance, who had a Switch and was letting me use it. And I started the game, and then I put it down and never picked it back up. But then like a month ago, I was like, I really want to play Pokemon. So I played and I finished Sword and Shield, which was an okay game. I haven't really uncovered that magic I felt the first time I played, which was Black. Pokemon Black? Is either Pokemon Black or Pokemon White? I can't remember off the top of my head. Hold on, I'm Googling. We're Googling. Because I know I had Reshiram. Pokemon Black and White. Oh my god. Why did I spelled Pokemon Black right. I spelled the word and right. But then I got to White and I typed W-H-I-E-T. Wit. Yes, I was right. I played Pokemon Black the first time I played Pokemon. My very first Pokemon was Snivy. Very first and still my favorite Pokemon if we're being honest. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Sword and Shield. I liked it. I kind of liked the new mechanics where, like how the gyms works. I really like Mega Evolution, so now any other kind of like gimmick they introduce, like Dynamaxing, it's just not as fun for me because I really liked the Mega Evolution mechanic, so everything else after it's just not as fun for me. But I still thought it was pretty cool. I had a lot of fun playing it once I kind of got over all of those feelings. And then I liked that there wasn't really an Elite Four, surprisingly. I thought I was going to miss that, but I kind of liked that you just fight everyone in a tournament style, and then you fight the champion after that. I did not play any of the post-game playthrough because I wasn't going to buy any of the expansions. And also I was kind of like perturbed. Like I thought I was gonna catch the cool dog Pokemon, the cool shield Pokemon. Instead I caught this, what is it, like a wormhole snake thing? Like, still kind of cool design. I'm not, like, don't get me wrong. But I didn't even know that was gonna happen. Like, I got down to the basement and this guy's like, yeah, I released this big Pokemon because we're gonna end the world? Yeah, also I don't understand the motivation behind, oh my god, I can't remember any of their names other than Hop. Didn't really understand the motivation of we have to solve an energy crisis that isn't going to happen for what was like 100 or 1,000 years right now. We have to solve it right now. Because my man is impatient, I guess. But I was like, why is there this Pokemon here that we've never heard about? Or maybe we did, because honestly I played the first half of the game and then the second half of the game years apart, so maybe they did mention it. I didn't really like look into that, but I thought it was kind of weird. And like, I felt really bad because Hop's whole storyline was like trying to prove himself and like get his confidence as a Pokemon trainer and beat his brother, and then I beat him out at the end, so he never even like got the chance to become champion after his brother and beat his brother in battle. I just kind of like stepped in and took that from him, which I think is a really weird direction to go story-wise. But overall, you know, I liked the Wild Zone. I thought that was a really cool mechanic. I liked seeing the Pokemon in the overworld. It was really cool. The act of actually being chased down by Pokemon, very amusing for me to play. But like after playing that, I was like, maybe, like, because I started with Pokemon Black and White, so maybe I should play some of the earlier games. So I went and downloaded Fire Red and Leaf Green. Well, not Fire Red. I downloaded Leaf Green, which honestly I should have went with Fire Red because I kind of wanted Arcanine as a Pokemon, and that's a Fire Red like Pokemon, and I don't really have anyone to trade with to get that, so I just didn't have him. It was kind of sad. He's missing from my team. And honestly, I'm not finished with the game. Oh my gosh, I just passed Lavender Town, and I'm fighting Team Rocket right now to get the scope for the tower. Sorry if you haven't played the game and I just spoiled that for you, Catherine. But like halfway, and in the middle of playing LeafGreen and Pokopia drops. And now I'm like, I want to buy a Switch too. I want to play Pokopia. I want to play Pokopia. And I thought maybe watching some other people play would be like, okay, I don't need the game. But the game honestly looks so fun and I want it. But I'm not going to spend the money. I'm not going to spend the money for it. I want to buy a camera. I'm getting married soon. I got to save up money for that. Gosh, being an adult is so hard. So, I'm just sitting and waiting. Maybe they'll come up with a cheaper version of the Switch 2, like the Switch Lights they had. And maybe I can buy that and kind of just wait it out, which is sad because, watching everyone online play and create and stuff, you really want to like jump in on that level and like just have fun with everyone. But you know what? Life is what it is. And now I can take all that energy and channel it into this drawing instead. So that's what we're doing. And honestly, with the way I am, I'm like shiny over here, shiny over there. I'm in the middle of Pokemon LeafGreen, and now I'm picking up Pokemon, Legends ZA? And now I've started Pokemon Legends ZA. I just played like the intro part of it right now. So like I've only really gotten a taste of like the new battle mechanics, which I'm not sure if I love or not. I kind of like the chill vibes that I get from just like the turn-based combat. I kind of enjoy that. So I'm not sure how I feel about running around and doing that. Like it took me forever to figure out that in order to use a different move, I have to click the corresponding button on the Switch. I was like, I'm just using Leer over and over again. How do I tackle? It took me like 3 times of losing that first battle to get to that point. And I was like, oh, I just can't read. I didn't read that direction. I missed something along the way. So now I'm like in the middle of Pokemon LeafGreen, and I've started Pokemon Legends ZA because I can't play Pokopia. So I'm instead turning to the newer game because I really like having the Pokemon in the overworld, and I kind of miss that in LeafGreen. But I still want to play those older games. So I want to finish LeafGreen and move on to, I don't know what the next one is. Diamond and Pearl, maybe? Whatever one's next, I'll look it up after I finish LeafGreen. But like I want to play through all those games that I missed because like I stopped playing after Sword and Shield released. Like I didn't play it when it came out, started it, never finished it, and then I haven't played any other games like that. So honestly, like I haven't seen like a bunch of the newer Pokemon. I've seen people like post pictures of them and I'm like, oh, surely that's from Pal World. And then I'm like, no, that's a Pokemon from Pokemon. I just didn't play that game that it was in. Like, what was it? Is it Scarlet and Violet I didn't play because I heard it was all glitchy and I was like, you know what, I can't really afford playing a game right now anyways. Not playing a game, but like buying another Pokemon game that I might not enjoy because at first I didn't like Sword and Shield. And I've like really like kind of discovered a new love for the Pokemon designs that I didn't like before. Like originally, like I don't know, I just like some of the more humanoid Pokemons I don't really vibe with as much, which I'm sure is a sentiment for some people and just not a sentiment for other people, but we won't talk about that because we don't want to go into the more weirder side of all of that. But yeah, just kind of like this past month I've just been like, you know, maybe I didn't hate the some of the choices that they made as much as I thought. And I've just kind of really been going back into it, and my fiance is not really much of a Pokemon person, so I finally got him to play a game, and he's playing through LeafGreen now. He's ahead of me now because I got distracted by Pokopia. I'm really like, you know that meme of that guy he's with his like girlfriend and he's looking at the other girl and she's like offended? I am that meme because I am constantly doing one thing, seeing something else that I think is cool, and then getting distracted by it and not finishing the first thing. But I finished this drawing, so that's cool. And it even took me like 2 whole days to do, which is not like full days, but like I started the drawing, got called away to help. I helped a friend out with some moving stuff, and then I came back and I finished it, which is crazy because usually when I like put something down, I never come back to finish it. And like I have a half-finished toothless sculpture sitting on my art desk to show for that, which is like, you know, if you guys want to watch a video, I did record the whole process. It starts 2 years ago. So I look very different. I had a surgery in between. And you know, a lot of life stuff happened in between. Like I'm getting married. I might even be married before that thing is finished, which is crazy. So if you like want to see a video of me finishing that, I think it looks really cool now. And it's gonna look really cool once it's finally done. So I guess let me know in the comments, because I think it'd be a fun thing to do with everyone. But then it'll be finally done, and I can hang it up, and I can enjoy it as an actual sculpture and not like a thing that takes up space in my little art area. But anyways, I digress. What does digress mean? Should we Google that? What does digress mean? Huh. It means leave the main subject temporary in speech or writing. I've digressed a little from my original plan. Interesting. Well, now you've learned something from this video, and it's the definition of digress. You're welcome. Take that with you into the world. Use it. My goal this year, my big New Year's resolution, was to really put more energy into my YouTube channel. So I'm hoping we'll have more videos to watch, and by we I mean you guys, because I don't really watch them after I post them, because hearing myself talk is one of those things I don't like to relive too many times, and I already do that way too many times editing these videos. But since I'm on this big Pokemon kick right now, I was thinking I've started Legends ZA. I don't know a whole bunch about ZA because I've just kind of re-entered this Pokemon phase of mine, and I really haven't been a part of the Pokemon community. I haven't seen any of the news. I missed the announcement of Scarlet and Violet, I think, originally. So there's just not a lot I'm caught up on. So I feel like doing a video where I kind of talk about how I liked the game, what my journey in the game is, while drawing what my final party and what my character looks like at the end, because I do know there's customization. Might be a fun video to watch. So let me know if that's something you'd like to see. I really want to find a shiny, because I've been watching the Pokopia stuff, and I watched half a video on someone shiny hunting in Sword and Shield, and then I realized I've never had a shiny Pokemon, and you know, I played a decent amount of Pokemon as a kid. And so that's my goal on this playthrough of ZA, is to find a shiny Pokemon. It may or may not happen, because I know you have to really lock in, and it takes a long time. And I in Pokemon Sword and Shield, I really wanted a Dreepy, and that's I think it's stupid how late in the game that you can get one of those, because I wanted Dreepy to be my #1 guy, and I could not level him up. I actually never even I tried, I sat there, I did the weather thing, changing the clock. I watched videos on how to get him. And I went through, and I went in the grass, and went out of the grass, and I got attacked, I had to battle a bunch. And in the end, I just caught what is the second evolution of Dreepy? He wasn't even, he was in the overworld, he was floating around, and I just, ran into him, because I was I can't find a Dreepy, it's taking too long, and I'm pretty sure I only spent, 2 hours on 2 different days, so it was an hour a day looking for a Dreepy, and I was I just want to know what's going on in the main story. I want to finish this game. I want to move on to the next game, and I'm not even doing that. I'm moving on 2 games ahead, because there's it's Sword and Shield, is it Violet, Scarlet and Violet, and then it's, what is the one, there's one you go back in time, I know that, and then it's Legends ZA, and I'm kind of just skipping to ZA because I want to play. There were some people at work who were playing it, and I kind of want to play it. So I'm just kind of jumping around to the ones that I want to play, and ZA is the one I want to play right now because I can't play Pokopia because I can't afford a Switch 2. Well, I technically could, but I'm prioritizing things. But anyways, back to the drawing. I really like how it's turning out. Well, how it turned out. You guys are watching it develop as we speak. But in a minute here, you know, I go back to fitting the quote in with the illustration. I put a nice, like, I wanted to kind of get that Pokemon blue into the background. I don't think I nailed the color because I didn't actually go and look up which shade of blue Pokemon uses. Because I don't really want to, like, steal that exact blue. I just kind of wanted to fit the art piece. But I really liked how it turned out. And I highly recommend learning graphic design. I think it's really improved my artwork. And it's really helped me, like, almost redevelop a love for drawing and for creating and stuff. And, you know, it's really taught me that I don't have to illustrate every single thing to make art. I can just, like, go look for free images and for free assets that people have put out there and, you know, like collage and, you know, just make different kinds of things in different kinds of ways, and it's still valid. And I've had a lot of fun just creating art with the idea of putting it on a t-shirt. I've had a lot of fun with that. But anyways, thanks for watching. This is what it looks like on a t-shirt. It is a mock-up, so don't go looking for it actually anywhere, because it's not anywhere, at least not sold from me. I will let you know if that ever happens. I don't think it will, because it is Pokemon. But what was your guys' first Pokemon? I want to hear, what did you name them? Did you name them? Mine was Snivy. I named her Greenie. Let me know in the comments. Okay, bye!